Hello and welcome. Oh man, I think my voice sounded a little rough. I'm your host, Elizibar, the publisher of Elizibar Publishing. They asked me to do a review of this, Black Bishop: A Shot at Love, which is the second issue of Black Bishop. I'm not quite sure how this numbering works. This is a one-shot, but it's a sequel to another book. So, whatever that means. Kind of a cool cover. In fact, I think I remember seeing Marcel Dupré posting some of this art on Twitter. Oh, geez, I don't know, 6 months ago or so. Anyway, I like the cover. She's got this like worried, harried look. Oh, let's zoom in on that. Let's zoom in on that. Like she's definitely like a little worried, a little harried, a little distracted. The roses are like falling, getting shot off or whatever. Like it's really great. It's A plus. Let's scroll down here. You can see the people that worked on it. Boom, there you go. And I gotta say, like for the most part, it's a pretty fun comic book. I especially like the way it starts here. So Lebanon, we got this compound or whatever, and we got some narration from her. Remember me complaining about this? I'm a free agent, not a mercenary, and I still get to play with cool gadgets. But you can judge from my joyful expression, I gotta pay for them out of my own pocket. Yeah, that's kind of the downside. When you leave your top secret evil spy organization and you move into, the open market or whatever, there's definitely a little bit of a change there. So I like the little tank. Like it's pretty simple, I guess, but I definitely like the way the sand and the dust is all wisping around. The tank's like charging through. This dude's finger coming out here, out of the panel, going across this other panel. There's a little foreshortening on it. I really like that. This is a great little piece of art right here. Just this dude. Really, I guess it's just like his arm and his hand. This is just great. I like it. This dude's like, oh my gosh, I picked a bad day to quit sniffing glue. Like he's got that look. We get the tank shooting. I like the explosion. I like this, even though like in real life you wouldn't really see something like that. Real life. It still looks really cool in comics and movies and stuff when you see these kind of effects. The explosion is fun. These dudes shooting their rockets is fun. Like this whole little sequence here is pretty good. So she's here rescuing a dude at the very beginning of of the book, and the whole little sequence here works out really well. Obviously, she's going to rescue the dude, or at least survive the rescue attempt or whatever. So I don't think that's too much of a spoiler. It's not the heart of the book. The heart of the book is what happens a little bit later, after the rescue. Our heroine here, she's trying to go on a date with Marissa, something like that, and she's like, "Hey, I'm an HR manager, blah 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 blah," and she's late for their date because she was just on a rescue mission fighting dudes from a tank and all that kind of crazy stuff. And she's here like, "Please don't be mad at me, honey. Please don't be mad." It, this is kind of fun. I totally dug it. I dug the whole plot of this thing. I really enjoy those kind of things where you mix the superheroic with the mundane. It's what made Spider-Man such a great book for decades. Was Peter Parker had to deal with that same kind of mix. Hey, here's crazy supervillain stuff. Oh no, the Green Goblin is kidnapping Gwen Stacy. Uh, Venom is kidnapped Mary Jane. Whatever it is. And then on the other side, you've got his relationships with other people that are all deteriorating because he's got to go save the day. He's got to maintain a secret. That way he's safe and all that. And so seeing that kind of dynamic playing out is always fun, whether it's in this book or some other book. I'm going to mute my microphone for just a second. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. But of course, you know, her attempt to make up with her date here did not go so well. Shwoom. What was that? I swear it sounded just like bum bum bum. And this is a spot I wanted to stop. I don't know if it's just like this draft or whatever, but I don't like this. You see how the box here, it's boxed in all the way around with the little like white box around the black for the narration, like her thought bubbles. And here we see it butts right up to the edge of the page, or right up to the edge of the frame here. In fact, there's not even a black line at the bottom to indicate like this panel gets closed. So I suspect that this is really just like this is an early draft or whatever, and this is not the final way it's supposed to look. But that kind of irked me. It occurred in a couple of places, and it bugged me in each one. Just letting you know. Cloning device shutting down. Bleep, this is what happens when you try to be a spy and find love simultaneously. See, that's what I was just talking about. Why did I fool myself into thinking this wasn't going to happen? Freeze right there, lady. And of course, things get serious after this. Oh, see, there's another one of those. There's another one of those. Things get serious. This is a great panel here, going up over top of this panel. It's absolutely fun. Same thing with this effect where she's reaching across into the next panel. Kind of, she's like here, right? And she's grabbing this way to where she's at. It's really pretty effective. I'm not sure it was intentional, but it's pretty effective. Art-wise, the book is pretty competent. The action sequences are a lot of fun. One thing I'm going to say is I didn't really find the writing itself, a lot of the dialogue, didn't really feel all that compelling. It felt kind of like placeholder dialogue. Now, that may or may not be fair to the book. In fact, that was a little harsh, placeholder dialogue. I just didn't find the dialogue all that compelling. The scenario's fun. The stuff that's happening on the pages is fun. But there's a lot of times where my eyes just started glazing over, especially a little bit after this, when she's learning more about who the girlfriend is. There was just some stuff there, and I just totally glazed over it. And I don't even remember if I read the actual text. Like, I remember nothing about those pages except people sat down to talk. Not so great. From here, we spin off into some more adventuring, and it's all good, solid fun. So, art, I kind of liked it, you know? There's a lot of really dynamic stuff in the art. And oh my gosh, like right here, you got like the little speed lines for emphasis here, like danger. I guess it'd be, instead of speed lines, it'd be like danger lines or something. It's great. There's a lot of stuff like that I like. Totally dug a lot of those things, a lot of those touches. The writing kind of let me down a little bit, and I don't think I have anything else to say. I believe the campaign for this book is already over. I'm gonna go check like Kickstarter and Indiegogo and see if it's like hanging out there somewhere. And if it is, I'll put the link in the description below. Otherwise, you all have a great one. Take care of yourselves, and bye bye.